Motorsport, put that thing in sports.
They take a shot. Jackson is wide open. Downfield. He's got it. And into the end zone for the touchdown. 3rd down and 1.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jake Xavier Sports, and I'm here to discuss the humongous trade with Alex Smith getting traded to the Washington Redskins for Kendall Fuller and a 3rd-round draft pick. Now, this is a very significant trade for all parties involved. Okay, number one, we're going to talk about the Chiefs. The Chiefs get to move on from Alex Smith, but they've been trying to not move on from him, but they were very excited about their young quarterback with Patrick Mahomes, in which they drafted in this past year's draft. So they were very excited about him. So I'm pretty sure they've been thinking about this move pretty much all year. Now, Alex Smith has had an MVP type season, so it's not a slight against him or anything like that, but it was just time to move on. So now for Alex Smith, he goes to a team in the Washington Redskins who actually has a franchise quarterback. The only problem is they don't want him. I don't think he wants to be there either. So the Redskins get their own elite quarterback, if you want to call him that, in Alex Smith, and he is now the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins. Now, I'm pretty sure they're very happy with that move. It benefits them a lot. They get the quarterback they want, and seems like everybody's happy in Washington. Now, as for Kirk Cousins, now he has to find a new team. There's plenty of suitors out there for him. I'm pretty sure him and his agent has gone over a lot of scenarios, have played the scenario out plenty of times the past couple off seasons. So, Kirk Cousins is the first quarterback in NFL history to be franchised, to be under the franchise tag twice, to play under it in 2 consecutive years. So, obviously they don't really trust him moving forward to be the franchise quarterback. But that's not to say other teams don't. So, teams like the Jets will probably be pursuing him. The Denver Broncos will probably be pursuing him. Teams like the Cleveland Browns, the Buffalo Bills, the Arizona Cardinals, and of course, our own Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, why it would make sense for the Jaguars? Well, first let's talk about why it wouldn't make sense. We're coming off a season where we made it to the AFC Championship game, right? Something our franchise has not done since 1999 is playing that game, the game before the Super Bowl. So, we accomplished that with Blake Bortles as our quarterback, as our starter. Now, we all know Blake struggled, in the majority of his career in Jacksonville. Now, he had a good second year, statistically, but for the most part, his first 3 years in Jacksonville were a disaster. He had different offensive coordinators every year, Greg Olson and Nate Hackett and Jed Fish. When he first came in the league, so it's been a musical chairs, to say the least, as far as his offensive coordinator goes. So he's never really had that stability, but for the most part, he did struggle his first 3 years, and now we're starting to see Blake turn his game around a little bit. I'm sorry, actually a lot. He's actually improved his footwork a lot more, and a lot of people were, surprised, to say the least, in how he played this past season. So we've seen the young quarterback take strides and take his team to the AFC Championship game, and now the team, as far as the players, is concerned, they've watched this young quarterback grow and kind of mold into the guy that could possibly be the future of the Jaguars, as far as being the franchise quarterback. So, do we really want to break that mold and tear up the team chemistry after having such a good season? And then you also look at it. Bortles just had a wrist surgery this past week, so he definitely needs to be healthy, because if he's not healthy, there's a physical he would have to pass in March in order for the Jaguars to cut him without having to pay him that $19 million. So if he is injured and he's not able to pass that physical, we would be fully obligated to pay him the $19 million, because that money would be guaranteed at that point. So that's definitely an intriguing thing to watch out for, but we definitely have to make a decision, on what we want to do. So that'll be some reasons why we shouldn't do it. Some reasons why we should do it. Let's just be real. Kirk Cousins is just a better quarterback than Blake Bortles. He has a better deep ball. He throws a better deep ball. Kirk Cousins is very good in the play action game. He's a very excellent play action quarterback. He's very tough, gritty, and he has those games where he can just go off for 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns, and he's used to throwing the fast receivers, elite receivers. He had Josh Dotson and Deshaun Jackson, Jordan Reed. So that's one thing. If we're going to get him, we need to make sure we have some good talent around him, and utilize him the best we can. That's one thing Bortles, to his credit, he never really had here in Jacksonville, was a lot of talent around him. But I feel like with Kirk Cousins, even if we don't have talent around him, I feel like he would be a good option for us moving forward, because he just makes the overall team around him better as far as him throwing the football. He's just a little bit better at throwing the football than Blake Bortles. All right, but that's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely a big-time trade that transpired. But definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if you guys think Kirk Cousins should or should not be the quarterback of the Jaguars next season. All right, thanks for the time, guys. Thank you for watching.